All right, if you're joining us on the Whole Body Detox Show, I'm David DeHaas from Living Waters Wellness Center. I've been talking with Amy Rawls of the Transformation Enzyme Company. We've been geeking out here on enzymes and cleaning up the superhighway in your body, which is the bloodstream. And why that's so important. I mean, down here at Living Waters, we're doing colon hydrotherapy, right? We want to clean out the colon, clean out the small intestine, but we got to clean the blood because we got to get those nutritions to the blood. So where we left off in the last segment, let's continue on that. You started to go into the lymphatic system. And maybe if we can paint a broad picture, we got 800 lymph nodes. And just to kind of, I'm just going to go with it if you don't mind. Our lymphatic system is sucking up. It's like a little sponge, as I call it. So think of all these little tentacles of little nodes in the body, about 750 to 800 nodes, and they're pulling at the interstitial fluid from the capillaries of your blood system. So the blood just kind of seeping, and it pulls it up. There's no pump whatsoever. So here at Living Waters, we use a whole body vibration machine to move that. And if you're walking and jumping and moving and doing jump rope, I'm sure everyone's doing that. No,
that's rebounder. I like the rebounder.
Right. And so, of course, that lymphatic fluid then dumps it into the vein, which takes it into the blood system. Poor old liver gets some more toxicity. So let's talk about how protease can help clean that up as well.
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, not only does it help with your, blood rheology and moving those nutrients at a cellular level. I mean, for detox to happen, you have to have those metabolic processes to take place. And that's where enzymes are going to help. Now, as far as detoxification goes for the lymphatic system, protease helps in a couple ways. It helps with detox because it supports the removal of metabolic waste, thus taking some of the burden off of the lymphatic system. It helps with the removal of environmental toxins and also helps to just maintain a healthy internal environment. Once foreign or invading proteins enter the body, they can be identified and attacked by the immune cells. And proteases actually assist in the further breakdown of these compromised proteins for clearing from the system. And then back to the circulation, that better circulation means better filtration and removal of toxins from the bloodstream. And as you know, a clean system functions much better and leads to more cellular vitality. And this improved detoxification and better system, this cellular vitality also leads, it's like a cascade or, a domino effect to a reduced inflammatory response. And then, as far as the immune system goes, protease supports the lymphatic system, which is a big part of the immune system. And the fact that it actually becomes part of the white blood cells. It works with your body's innate intelligence. And the immune system becomes more precise and efficient, meaning basically it's working smarter, not harder, with the use of protease. And that makes us less susceptible to colds, allergies, infections, and again, helps by reducing it. So it kind of works. It's like a chicken and egg thing. I don't know which comes first, but they work hand in hand in that aspect, more of that immune modulation and detoxification support.
Well, what's really important is, a lot of people, breast cancer is very prevalent, and usually it's,
yes,
you go in, they find some plugged up lymph nodes. The lymphatic system did its job. It's just you weren't moving around and moving that out of there. So this is really important product to have as, just in general maintenance. But what happens when we do get hit with cancer? Is this something we can really hit the system with?
Absolutely. Protease, in my opinion, is the unsung hero of the supplement world. It does so many things. And as far as cancer, one of the biggest standouts with cancer that I like to point out is, cancer loves to grow in an acidic environment, right? So, like I was talking about before, when we do dark field microscopy, a lot of people, including those with cancer, when we put their blood on the scope and look at the slide, their blood's not moving at all. We'll give them a couple proteases, and within minutes, for about 20 minutes, we'll check the blood. It's like a cascade of a waterfall of red blood cells just moving because their blood's moving. And so where protease really stands out as far as cancer is when the blood is moving, one, it's no longer going to be acidic. It's going to get more alkaline because that's what makes it acidic. That stagnicity will make it acidic. So that's one way. Not only that, when the blood cells are moving, those cancer cells are easier to identify. They're not able to hide. And that goes the same for even with like pathogens and parasites. When the blood is moving, it's not allowing these pathogens and parasites to hide as easily behind biofilms and whatnot. So they're able to be identified. And then also the protease, but that's really where it shines with cancer, as far as, in my opinion, of making our body the right pH so that cancer doesn't want to thrive, reducing inflammation, because we know inflammation is going to drive cancer cell growth. So it really all ties back to that same foundational thing of blood. How does it help cancer? Blood rheology, anti-inflammatory, detox, same thing,
And that's why it's so important to have these pathways, the alimentary canal, AIE, the colon and small intestine opened up, of course. I had a gal in here with cancer yesterday. She tested for a whole bottle.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, I'd heard that on one of your talks that the guy says for cancer, in some cases, they've done a whole bottle in a day.
Dr. Fuller actually, so again, not only was her daughter her muse, I guess, for this, but she actually is a 3-time cancer survivor. And all 3 times, Pure is what she swears saved her life. And this is actually what made us come out with protease, because Pure was our first proteolytic formula. And it's our more gentle protease, but she was taking, I think, 72 Pure a day.
Wow.
And but she wasn't doing chemo. She wasn't doing any of that other stuff. Right. But that's how many she was taking. And it was kind of at that point, I'm sure she got a little fatigued with opening all those capsules.
Now, why did she open the capsules?
Because she probably got sick. I think she got sick of swallowing them so much, but she would open or take, I can't remember. She might not have opened them.
I've got a case. And so can I just put it in water and drink it?
You absolutely can.
Okay.
Yeah, but you just don't want to let it sit for too long, because all enzymes are hydrolytic.
Right.
They activate with water. So the minute you put them in that water, they're going to start activating. So you'd want to drink it pretty quickly. And Transformation is definitely, we are in the process of experimenting with tubs of protease versus capsules. Because the need, making it more like a scoop.
Right.
Because we just got to see what that upper limit is. But what I love about enzymes, and I think I mentioned this earlier. No, I haven't mentioned this. This was on a different call today. I've had a lot of calls. They're based on need, not on age or weight. And you really can't take too many. You can definitely not take enough, but you can't take too much.
Right.
Because they don't build up and stay in your body. They're based on an activity. And once that activity is done, they're gone. They're either recycled and used to make more white blood cells, or they're eliminated if their activity's gone.
Right.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
And I assume that she was just simply muscle testing for how many she needed.
For Dr. Fuller, I don't know that she muscle tested for that.
That's how we teach that down here at Living Waters. We teach people to muscle test and own that. Mm-hmm. And it's very effective, of course. Important to know.
Yeah, no, it is. We have a lot of practitioners that work with us that do muscle test. And I will say that our products test really well with muscle testing, because the purity, I think, is a lot of it, and the synergy.
Right. Americans are big on the keto craze, which is lots and lots and lots of protein. And for some blood types, I'm not a fan of that. So can enzymes help those poor people that are overdosing protein?
They're 100% necessary. And what I'll say for this keto craze, the main thing you want is actually, it's more fat. If they're doing it right, it should be more fat than anything. And this is where products like our TPP Digest is going to be beneficial, because it has a very high amount of lipase, which is the enzyme you need for fats.
Keep that thought, Amy. Sorry to cut you off. We got to come back. We'll take a little break. We're going to come back. We're talking about enzymes, folks. We're talking about helping get your blood moving faster and clearer than it's been moving before. I'm David DeHaas, the Whole Body Detox Show on KIDO Talk Radio. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. You can't treat the body and heal it a piece at a time. You have to treat the whole body naturally. That's why Living Waters Wellness Center 10-day healing retreat is so successful in helping what I call the incurables back to wellness. Here's what a few clients had to say about their experience at Living Waters Wellness Center.
For over a year, I've been dealing with gas pains, stomach pains, and it's been waking me up in the middle of the night, so I never get a full night's rest. And last night, after my first colonics, I slept through the entire night without any stomach pain or any kind of issues.
I suffered from migraine headaches for 12 years, once a month, and since I did the 10-day retreat at Living Waters Wellness Center, 8 years ago, I have not even had a migraine. I've not even had a headache.
I had back pain on my left side for about 20, 25 years. After the 10-day healing retreat, the pain is completely gone.
To learn more about the 10-day healing retreat, go to healingtheincurables.com or call the office at 208-378-9911. That's 208-378-9911. The preceding examples may not be typical of your experience and may not be right for you. Seek the opinion of a qualified healthcare professional before determining if cleansing is right for you.